friends. This week we are in the Florida Keys. Woo! Hi, we're the Traveling Teonsons.
I'm Anthony.
And I'm Carissa, and we travel with our miniature dachshund Butters and our adventure cat Tiskies. And our story goes a little something like this. We put what was left of our worldly possessions in storage in Idaho and hit the road with the goal of visiting all over 48 states with the girls before our wedding the following October in Big Sur, California. What started as the adventure of a lifetime has turned into a 3+ year lifestyle of continuing to make memories around the U.S. as a family and our tiny home on wheels. So thanks for watching as we share our adventures with you. Okay, so this is our big vacation. It's the whole reason we were down here in Florida, really to begin with. So as you can tell, we splurged for an unusually beautiful and nice site. So we played for the elite waterfront site, and y'all, we got like the site. So this is site 456. We learned you can request specific sites. This one they just happened to give to us. I mean, we paid for the waterfront, but there are several waterfront sites. We got really lucky that we are so tiny, because as you can tell, it is tricky to get into. We had to kind of like back in and then swing in and all that good stuff. It wasn't hard, just tricky. Like I couldn't imagine trying to fit like a 36-footer or something like that in here. It's amazing. The sites are super spacious here at Sunshine Key compared to where we've stayed last time at Fiesta Key. But then another added bonus of being so tiny is we have so much extra space, even with our back patio down. We have all the space. As you can see, there's a very good amount of space in between each site. And then, yes, we have our own little beachfront site here. Crystal blue water. So we're gonna launch a kayak out of. It's absolutely perfect. It's the end site. The only downfall is it's right next to the fish cleaning station, which is cool because we've gotten to see all kinds of fish and talk to awesome fishermen. It's just a little bit louder. They have that dumpster there they have to clean out daily, and it's not the quietest thing in the world. And then you have the constant like foot traffic. It dies down around like 8 o'clock at night. But if you do have a reactive dog like we do with Butters, who likes to bark every single time someone gets near her campground, God forbid, it made it a little bit challenging, but definitely worth the trade-off for this view and all this space. 100% would stay here again. This has been an absolute dream. So Sunshine Key, site 456 if you can squeeze it in. It's electric, water, and sewer hookups. AT&T reception is good. We have no Verizon reception here, so we do have Starlink. Even without having a fancy extender pole, we are able to get decent speeds enough to share and stream and watch movies and all that kind of stuff. So that's the details. Oh, and that's right. You're probably gonna want to know the cost, right? So we are here in what is January? We're here in January, and it for 5 nights cost us a total of $1,700 for 5 nights. I know, it is our most expensive stay we have stayed at in over 3.5 years of RV life. We paid about a $200 deposit, and then we paid the rest upon check-in, so we had plenty of time to book and save. We booked this about 8 months ago and had time to save, hence why Anthony worked his you-know-what off at the Christmas tree lot. So let's say everyone, thanks, Anthony. But yeah, it was all worth it for this dream site. This is our second visit to the Florida Keys. The last time we were here, I worked behind a laptop screen all but one day. So this time we made sure to enjoy paradise properly. Enjoying our first night here. Got a little adult bevy going on. The blackness of the sea with the cute little flamingo lights. That's absolutely perfect. Yes, this site was one of the most expensive sites we've ever paid for, but the majority of the time we're in work camping sites, which aren't always the greatest. So this was a way to treat ourselves after another year of hard work camping for Anthony and a tough year of business for me. We saved money by having most of our lunches and dinners at home, which is not hard to do when you have access to so much fresh food around, and splitting meals when we did occasionally go out and eat because, oh, you know we still had to satisfy our inner foodies with some Cubanos and key lime pie in Key West. If you're looking for great Cubano and sweet plantains in Key West, then you've got to check out Frida's Cuban Burgers. Absolutely life-changing. The best way to explore Key West is by golf cart. There's so much to see and do here, so walking everywhere would take forever, and finding parking throughout the day can be a nightmare. So we recommend getting to Key West early, finding an all-day parking lot, and then reserving a golf cart for a half day or a whole day. The company we chose is dog-friendly, and Butters made so many people smile throughout the day while she cruised in style with her adorable little fedora. Now y'all know we love our adult bevies, so we had to check out the Key West Legal Rum Distillery. They offer free tasting and tours that are dog-friendly. Our favorite rum is the glazed pineapple. It's so good, you can even get a drink to go. Another must-have in Key West is the key lime pie, and our favorite is the chocolate-covered slice from Key Lime Pie Company. Are you excited?
Oh yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Mm-hmm. Finally back. What, almost 2 years?
2 years.
2 years. The best key lime pie. Right there. Key Lime Pie Company. Another must-see in Key West is the southernmost point. But trust us, you'll want to get here early because the line gets crazy long, especially if there's a cruise ship at port. We actually like to drive by it on our golf cart and make people smile with Butters while they wait. All right, we just finished our day in Key West, and this one made so many people smile in her little golf cart with her little hat. Just so you know, she hates it. She really, really does. She's like, get this thing off of me. But how can you not? How can you not love that? And people love it. It makes people smile. So she has to take one for the team every so often. We rented our golf cart with Hydro Thunder. I think with everything, it came out to $113 with tax for 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, it was awesome. And they have electric versions, which I think are a little bit more expensive, and I think they'd be honestly worth it because the gas ones kind of suck. They're loud and they come up, but it was still fun. There's obviously things that we wish we could have done but are not Butters friendly. So like the little White House that's down here. I would obviously love to go to the Hemingway house, being the writer, but obviously those aren't pet friendly. We didn't do the southernmost point. We drove by it a few times and made a lot of people smile with Butters, but we actually did that last time we were down here in 2021. So we already have the picture. We were down here in 2021, kind of like right in like kind of the, you know, pandemic-ish times. So we didn't have to wait in that long crazy line. So we're like, no, we don't need another one. We're good. But yeah, that's our day in Key West, and now we're heading back to our wonderful camp in Sunshine Key and get this one home to take a nap. After a long day exploring Key West, we made it back to our campsite just in time to catch sunset at the fishing pier, and then we enjoyed a home-cooked meal of crab tostadas because we spent a lot of money that day, but it was worth every penny. Once it cooled down, we enjoyed a campground walkie just about every night, and one of our favorite parts was walking by the marina to look for wildlife like manatees and sharks. Most of the time we just saw fishies, but then we got lucky and saw this guy. That's why you don't go in the water. All right. So part of our adventure we wanted to do while we were here in Florida Keys was see a key deer. We saw one driving down to Key West yesterday, but we wanted to go to the nature center here that's in Big Pine Key, and we got a little map and we're told where to go find some key deer. As of 2024, the Nature Center is only open between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday, but it's definitely worth a visit to learn more about the history and habitat of these little cuties and talk with a volunteer or ranger. The last time we were here in the Keys, we didn't see any key deer, so we had a mission to see at least one while we were here in Big Pine Key. And sure enough, there was one just next to the Nature Center. It was so cute. Well, nature center, and there was a little baby deer right there. It was so cute. So now we'll just, they're so tiny. And we asked the ranger or the volunteer that's here, and they said there's approximately, what, 700 or so. And obviously that population fluctuates based on spawning and all the good things, but hurricanes, yeah, that's unfortunate to hear. But yeah, so we at least got to see a key deer, and now if we see any more, it's just bonus. We didn't have Butters with us on this particular adventure because she has spent about half her life living in Idaho. So needless to say, she loves barking at antelope, elk, and deer. So we enjoyed a quick hike at the Blue Hole and we tried to spot some alligators. But honestly, the only thing we saw was mosquitoes and something called poisonwood. So maybe it was a good thing we didn't have Butters or Tiskies with us on this particular adventure. But it was still beautiful and a really cool way to see the Keys as they naturally are. But we did see more key deer as we left Big Pine Key for the day. A must visit in the Florida Keys is the Rain Barrel Village in Islamorada. It's a collection of shops and boutiques, and it's a great spot to get some souvenirs and take a photo with Betsy the Lobster, of course. While in Islamorada, be sure to stop at Robbie's for a bite to eat and a chance to feed some tarpon fish. The tarpon feeding pier isn't pet friendly, but the outside dining is and offers some beautiful views of the bridge. We had both Tiskies and Butters with us this day because we had professional family photos taken to commemorate our 4 years spent living seasonally in Florida. Those photos are something we'll cherish for years to come, as well as a memory of the delicious key lime pie from Florida Boy Bar and Grill. A farmer's market right here in your RV resort. Florida Keys literally is paradise.
They have cacao.
Ooh, they do. All right, we are on a boat, kind of. We're on a kayak. You can rent them. Excuse the kayak hair, right? There's no getting around this. You can rent them at Chartered Rentals, which is just right there in the marina at Sunshine Key. And it was what, with like 85 bucks about with including tax for a 2-person. We picked it up at 9 and we have it for 24 hours. And they only do like an 8-hour flat rate, but they were like, just take it back tomorrow. Butters loves kayaking. It's a little, it's deceivingly, like it looks really nice out, but it's actually a little bit chilly. The water is very cold. I expected much warmer water, but she got to jump in a little bit. Yes, we are aware there's saltwater crocodiles and sharks and whatnot, so we're keeping an eye on her, but we're at least letting her like dip in when we got to a little sandbar and stuff. But it's breezy, as you can tell, and so she's like, no, don't like the breeze, but we're loving it. It's beautiful. We haven't seen any wildlife yet, but we were told that we can see sometimes starfish and sea turtles, and someone even mentioned they saw dolphins, so we're just keeping an eye out. As you can see behind me, there is storm clouds, so a storm is supposed to roll in tomorrow, but you can kind of tell it's billowing up just a little bit, so we're keeping kind of close to islands and shores and whatnot. But this is awesome. We did not get to rent a kayak last time we were here, and this is definitely a bucket list experience, and it's still absolutely beautiful, just kind of going around and looking at the coral and whatnot. So I got my muscle with me. I'm in charge of taking pictures and making sure Butters doesn't go swimming in the ocean when she's not supposed to. Now don't worry friends, we were totally aware that we were taking our bite-sized dog on a kayak over shark-infested waters. Trust us, we've seen Shark Week. But we did try our best to stay over shallow water, which was pretty easy to do where we were kayaking near Baha'i Honda. And we made sure Butters did not jump out of the kayak at all, but had her life jacket on just in case. She's been kayaking plenty of times before and she loves it. Honestly, half of the fun is watching her enjoy sightseeing and wildlife watching with us. She's a good girl.
Radar.
Made it!
For the storm.
They say if you don't like the weather in Florida, just wait 15 minutes. And they were right, because that's about how quickly it changed. Lessons learned. Cheers. Butters was white from a day on the water, so we enjoyed a sunset kayak paddle, just the two of us, a couple cervezas, and chasing conch shells. It was a sunset we'll never forget. Grilling and chilling. You excited? All right, babe, what are we up to today? Sea turtles. This was another thing we missed on our last visit to the Keys, was the Marathon Sea Turtle Center, and it's an absolute must visit. But it is one of those experiences where you learn a lot, but it really touches your heart in kind of a rough way, similar to if you ever visited a place like Pearl Harbor or Ground Zero. So we recommend making a reservation ahead of time, and if possible making it early in the morning, because you'll feel the need to do something a bit more cheery afterwards. But we walked away as better people and stewards of our land and waters to help protect these magnificent creatures. Fun fact, we actually helped release a couple of baby sea turtles on our honeymoon years ago. So sea turtles hold a special place in our hearts and in our marriage.
When they're up here, it's a little bit of an indication to us, even though we haven't been given the official clearance, that they are trying to exercise it to get her ready for release. Now, as we're looking down into this water, you can see those pieces.
We spent almost a week in the Florida Keys, and it's easy to see that you could spend an entire winter here and you still won't be able to see and do it all. We have yet to make it to Dry Tortugas National Park, as that's an entire day, it's pricey, and it's not dog friendly. But if you can make it happen, you've got to do it. We made sure to build in some time to just relax and do nothing. Watch the birds and the wildlife, listen to the waves from our beachfront site we paid oh so much for, and just chill. We know this is most likely going to be the last time Tiskies and Butters are in the Keys with us, so we wanted to be sure to soak it in with them, put the back down, and just live in this moment that we worked so hard for. So thank you so much for watching this video, friends. Be sure to like and subscribe for more RV life and travel content to come, and we hope this video inspires you to enjoy your own Florida Keys adventure someday too.